clicked on the video, you might as well hit the like and subscribe button. And if you leave a comment, I'll comment back. You know I wouldn't even trip. Well, it's LeBron's turn. Yeah, they on LeBron's head about this Memphis statement he made. He said he wouldn't want to get caught in Memphis on a Thursday, saying how bad the city is, how bad it is when they go to play games in Memphis, how the hotels be. But then I did a little research. He ain't the only NBA player that done said that. It's like numerous of them, like dozens of them, that said it's bad in Memphis. So they call him a coon and all type of stuff. They probably try to cancel him, but you know it's hard to cancel LeBron, man. You know, LeBron is like, he been the face of the NBA for a long time, so I don't think he gonna get canceled. But you know, people gonna come out and say what they gotta say, but his fan base gonna hold him up. Well, my thing is this, man. If he right, he right. Shoot, man, there's a lot of places he could have named. Memphis just was one of them. That just came up in the conversation. You know, he was on the golf court with a few friends, and you know that came up. You know, it's like that in a lot of cities. You know, it's just like people just don't want to admit it. A lot of people just don't say nothing because they don't want to be canceled. But shoot, he at the end of his career, so he really don't even care what he say right now. You know, he can say what he want, but he's still LeBron. So you can't cancel him, and he ain't gonna get fired. He ain't gonna get fired for what he about to say, you know. So, you know, a lot of, you know, that's what's wrong with black people. They don't want to admit right or wrong. You know, when it's wrong, it's right, and when it's right, it's wrong. So, and that's what the problem is with black people, man. We glorify a lot of stuff, man, but knowing, you know, that if it's unsafe, man. Especially the people of Memphis. The people of Memphis should have been said, Memphis is like one of the worst cities in the world. Not the United States, the world. You know, do your research. You know what I'm saying? But it's like that in a lot of these cities where black folks is running them, these Democrat-ran cities. You know, it's just bad, man. We just don't have no structure, man. It's too much violence, gun violence, all type of stuff. So, yeah, it's like that, you know what I'm saying? And it's mostly black people. I ain't saying white people don't have crime in their cities, man, but we do a lot of damage to ourselves as black folks. So I ain't mad at him. You know, sometimes, you know, it takes a person like that to call stuff out and get people to looking at it, because we need to look at that. You know, a lot of people need to start looking at that type of stuff, what's going on in the black communities, because it's a lot of negative things that's being glorified in black communities, and we need to get it straight. You know, black people need to hold themselves accountable for a lot of stuff. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think, you know, and all of a sudden LeBron ain't he wasn't raised in the hood, and he wasn't this. He stayed in the two-story house and all this type. Man, they just, man, you know, they can find something to slander you when they need to slander you, you know, for all the wrong stuff, but they won't slander you for the right stuff. So, you know, I don't agree with a lot of LeBron James stance. I'm not a fan of LeBron James like that, you know, but it is what it is. You know, right is right and wrong is wrong. And if he calling something out, call it out. You know, y'all call him out. Y'all don't call him out when he wrong, but y'all want to call him out when he right. Keep that same energy.